Hello, this is John Harvey coming to you from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on a chilly Sunday evening. But it looks like things are getting better next week. It's going to be in the 70s. And so, again, strange weather. It's going to be interesting to see if we get any snow this year. But here we are again on X, where every day I've been doing a walkthrough of some of the art here on X just to share what I see. As I said, I do this a few times a day, although today I've been sort of lax because I've been extremely busy. But one of the things that I do look forward to is seeing art, all the wonderful art here on X. And so here we have little rabbit Fufu who does some amazing art, really beautiful art. This is just, the little rabbit here and the flowers, and I love the style this has. It's almost, Van Gogh to an extent with the waviness, but the flowers are just absolutely wonderful. So, really love this. And I should actually like these posts because I haven't been, and I have had to go through them later and re-like them. And here we have Illustra. So, and this is definitely interesting. I wonder if it's inspired by Halloween at all, but one wonders if this has anything to do with witch burning or perhaps lots of interpretations. And as I've said before, art is open to interpretation. It's what we see in it based on our experiences. And here, this could possibly be a war situation where somebody has been in a war or is fleeing a war and things are burning in the background. So, again, one really never knows. But it's a striking image no matter what. So let's continue on. Miss Joe Knows. So this is rather interesting too. It's very spooky in some ways. The horn, it reminds me of the Minotaur, the man beast. Perhaps these are the priestesses of the Minotaur. So let's move on from here, take a look and see what's next. Definitely not going to look at the Wall Street Journal. We'll move past that one and we'll go to Lena Bardo. This is rather beautiful. Rainbow on the sea. And always look for the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, right? So this is just, very, very nice. It looks like a watercolor wash in some ways, or possibly even looking through a window of a house that's right on the edge of the ocean, and you have some splatter and some dried salt on the window. But very, very nice. Let's go to the next one here. Muriel. And this is very interesting, sort of Art Deco, beautifully done. Wow, the fabric here, and the way it's just wrapped around this woman's body, and then the background, San Francisco or New York, probably New York because of the smoke and fog, but wherever it is, it's a very striking image. And here we have another. This one has the neon around it. This is very, very nicely done. And, wow. Another one, and this is the style is slightly different, but also very, very nicely done. Now let's go on to the next one. Michael and Hong Kong. Wow. People ask, and I see this a few times, is guess whether this is a photograph or an actual rendering of something. And it's very, very hard to see. I mean, it's getting better and better and better all the time. And as I've said before, the thing that matters to me really is beauty rather than whether it's an actual photograph or not. And, of course, how accurately it depicts various places. My memories of Hong Kong consist of flying into the city, which can be rather scary the first time because it's almost like you're landing in the city. But it's a very interesting city, definitely. Let's move on. I'm still experimenting with bitrate here on the stream, and I'm seeing that there is a little bit of a lag in terms of what's going on here, but it's through Restream, and so let me know if there are issues, and if you can't hear me or if there's something else going on. I do listen to it afterwards, but afterwards is after the fact. So if I need to stream at a lesser bitrate, let me know. And this is Eric Brenner. Um, Very, very creative artist, just totally amazing, comes up with so many different concepts using a lot of different shapes. And so this is, just one can look at this art and look at each little aspect of this image and, wonder what it's about. Like, is this a magnifying glass or something to aid sight? And then we have the eye, possibly the pineal gland, the third eye. We'll go on to another one. Dancing Penguin, the board meeting. Ah, yes, one of my favorite things, meeting hell. This is so well depicted, right? Those of you that have sat through endless meetings where you really just have to, you know, not say what you feel and not express what you feel sometimes because it's giving things away or letting your frustration show, which one shouldn't be doing, obviously. So, good image. Mindy's Meandering, Saturnite Golden Hour. It's beautiful. That definitely does remind me of being on a tropical evening on the beach somewhere, margarita in hand, and it's always refreshing. Well, let's go to the next one. Neil, if I could say it in words, there would be no reason to paint. E. Hooper, that's an excellent quote because, being able to create these images allows one to express oneself in so many different ways, and that's so important, I think, in terms of so many things that we can, finally put words into pictures with some ease. It's not always simple, but one can also put emotions into pictures, which I think is very, very important because it allows us to express our emotions or explore our emotions, I should say, through art. So definitely an interesting image. And we'll skip the ads. And Alexandria, pumpkin art, I guess that for me, Halloween is about glowing pumpkins more than anything else. I wonder how you feel about Halloween. Well, Halloween is a very interesting time. I really didn't spend much thought on Halloween until I had my daughter many years ago, and we did get into Halloween and carve pumpkins, but it really wasn't something I was excited about. And the way I did get excited about it was actually creating Halloween art. And that got me into it. It also got me exploring Halloween and, finding out that it's a Celtic tradition. And there's a lot of similarities between Halloween and All Saints' Day and the Day of the Dead. And it was interesting to find out that the reason the people carved pumpkins, and in fact they did it, wasn't just a whim or something pretty, was that the pumpkin was there to scare evil spirits away. So you lit the pumpkin and put it outside your house, and it kept the evil spirits at bay. So let's go on to one more, and then I'm going to call it a night. And I also need to post my art for the day, which I haven't done yet. So, Mancar 27, Sticky Lipstick Hues, Sleep Well. Definitely an interesting image that possibly speaks to, well, it's definitely stickiness. I could imagine chewing gum, but more to, I think, conflict, where you have a person that's being pulled in many directions. And I guess that's the nature of conflict. One goes from one direction to another until one decides what to do, and then